the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
The wire pulled our roof, so we're just waiting to see what happened. We never dealt with this before.
Up this morning on DC News Now, a complete washout crews in the DMV cleaning up following a quick and heavy downpour. But the rain is not done yet, is it, Brittany?
No, we are still holding on to a few showers and thunderstorms across portions of the DMV. And then as we head through the afternoon, still tracking a few storms. So definitely keep it here. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
All right, plus money in marijuana. Sweeping changes went into effect across the DMV this morning. We're highlighting the biggest things you need to know. And shooting down student loan forgiveness, how borrowers can get back on track now that the Supreme Court has put an end to Biden's debt forgiveness plan. But first, we are taking a live look outside. It is a DMV first warn day today, and the weather alert extends into tomorrow. This is the White House. Looks like the sun is peeking out at this moment. But don't be deceived, because it could change, and it could change fast. So you want to be weather aware as you go about this holiday weekend. That is a beautiful shot. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. Weather forecaster Brittany Ward joins us now. And Brittany, let's get right into it. People are ready to celebrate, eat fireworks. How will it all play out with celebrations? How does the weather impact that?
You know, as we head through the afternoon, we are tracking showers and storms. And as you saw from the White House, already starting to see some peaks of sunshine across the DMV. Now, if we hold on to the sunshine as we head through the rest of the afternoon, that could spark up a few storms that could turn severe. So we'll continue to update you guys as we head through the rest of the day. Here's a live look, though, at radar showing you the past hour across the DMV. We had some showers there in Montgomery County, now moving into Baltimore. But if you're heading further off east into the mountain counties, this is a cluster of thunderstorms making their way to the shore. So just be mindful of that if you are going to be heading out that way. Temperatures on the warm side, we're talking about 74 here in DC, 73 as you head over there to Hagerstown, 60s though in the mountain counties. But factor in those dew points. It's going to feel sticky when you are stepping out the door, and that humidity will be on the rise as we head into your Sunday. So definitely keep it here. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
All right, looking forward to that, Brittany. Thank you. And we are taking a live look at some of the streets in Montgomery County. That county is where we saw most of the heavy rainfall last night. Crews worked into the evening to clean up debris, including a tree that fell on some wires in North Bethesda. Our Daniel Hamburg spoke with people in that neighborhood who saw and sustained some damage because of that weather.
It was a fairly quick-moving storm with tornado warnings to our north that left flooding in some parts of Prince George's County. This scene on 23rd Avenue and University Boulevard in East Lewisdale. And here, some flooding on the outer loop of the Beltway between Annapolis Road and the BW Parkway near Greenbelt. In Montgomery County,
it seemed to me that it was just really, really hard rain and the normal amount of wind that accompanies, you know, a storm of this nature. But I didn't sense any powerful wind like you might get with a tornado.
A tree fell across the road in this North Bethesda neighborhood.
We heard a noise that we thought was thunder because we had a storm just previously. And so we didn't think too much of it.
Neighbors looked outside and saw the damage.
It has an orange mark on it, so it was a candidate for removal anyway. It seems like the tree was kind of old.
This utility pole being held up by the wires attached to Olga Pavlova's house, though it ripped part of her roof and siding off.
The wire pulled our roof, so we're just waiting to see what happened. We never dealt with this before. I can't say that we're looking forward to dealing with the insurance companies.
And that was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. Montgomery County crews worked with Pepco to safely get things cleaned up. And the storms might not slow down your holiday weekend, but if you do decide to be on the move, driving safe is crucial. Traffic reporter Shanika Grimshaw shows us how July 4th can be an especially dangerous time on the roads and what police are doing to prepare for the holiday.
Maryland State Police is getting ready for the holiday weekend. They're increasing patrol along major highways. Enforcement efforts will be conducted through the 4th. This is to prevent dangerous driving behaviors and save lives as more motorists are expected to travel this holiday. State troopers say they're focusing enforcement efforts on impaired driving, aggressive driving, speeding, distracted driving, and other violations that could cause injuries and crashes. In Virginia, drivers will be required to move over for all stopped cars that have hazard lights or showing warning signs, and that's starting Saturday. Currently, the law only requires drivers to move over for emergency vehicles. 28 people died in Virginia while waiting in a disabled vehicle on the side of the road. That was between 2016 and 2020. That's according to AAA. 49-year-old Angela Hurley was in her car waiting for help when a driver moved onto the shoulder and hit her last summer. She died in that crash. This new law puts Virginia in line with Maryland's already existing move-over law that went into effect in the last several years. So remember to move over and drive safe out there on those roadways. In the studio, I'm Shanika Grimshaw with DC News Now.
And speaking of new laws, people across the DMV are waking up this morning to a whole new set. Randy Bass is breaking down what you need to know about the biggest changes.
Let's start in D.C., where minimum wage and tipped workers are looking forward to much bigger paychecks. The new minimum wage in the district jumping from $16.10 to $17 an hour. Tipped workers will see their wages jump from $6 to $8 an hour, but D.C. officials say if an employee's hourly tips plus the base wage don't equal the full minimum wage of $17 an hour, the employer is on the hook to pay the difference. And in Virginia, a few big changes to take note of. Virginia now has tighter restrictions and regulations on hemp-derived products and has banned products containing Delta-8 THC. More changes on the books requiring age verification for accessing adult websites and tougher penalties for fake 911 calls. In Maryland now, anyone 21 and older now able to buy cannabis from dispensaries for recreational use. The state is also reducing fines and changing laws surrounding cannabis use too. Police also can no longer stop someone or search them just because they smell of cannabis. Also in Maryland, important to note, the state's gas tax now up to 47 cents a gallon. So don't be surprised if you see prices jump at the pump today. In the studio, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
And here's some other laws to keep an eye on in Virginia. Like Randy said, new online age verification requirements for websites with mature or explicit content, universal recognition for people with out-of-state licenses who want to work in Virginia. Schools will be required to notify parents about bullying within 24 hours and a ban on misleading ticket sale practices. All right, stick with us this morning. In our next half hour, we are taking a closer look at the prep work being done in anticipation of Maryland's new marijuana laws. And later tonight, our team is checking out the first day of sales for dispensaries. New this morning, Montgomery County officials are releasing details about the fire on Dilston Road in Silver Spring that left 10 people without a roof over their heads. They say the fire was caused by burning trash that spread to flammable items under the patio. Officials say there is $125,000 worth of damage because of the flames. And a Fairfax County Public School employee is behind bars for a child pornography charge. 32-year-old Aaron Betts was employed with the school district since fall of 2021. He worked with an intramural sports program. Police say at this time, it does not appear he had any involvement with FCPS students. Detectives say they began investigating Betts in March after receiving a tip. Developing now, people with student loan debt have to figure out a new plan this morning after the Supreme Court blocked President Biden's loan forgiveness program. This impacts over 40 million borrowers. Hannah Brandt breaks down the fallout from this landmark decision.
Angry protesters surrounded the Supreme Court, devastated by the decision to strike down the president's student loan forgiveness plan.
This decision is an attack. It's an attack on working class families and middle class families.
The Biden administration wanted to cancel $430 billion in loans for millions of borrowers.
The money was literally about to go out the door.
But the justices ruled that their plan oversteps legal authority.
The president had no authority to do it, and again, save taxpayers to the tune of $500 billion.
Republican Senator Eric Schmidt was part of the team that brought this lawsuit. He says the high court made the right call and protected taxpayers from having to cover the cost of other people's choices.
There's no reason why, working folks who've either paid off their student loans or made different decisions in life should have to pay off the unpaid student loans of a tenured college professor.
But President Biden is promising to find another way to bring people financial relief.
I'm never going to stop fighting for you. We'll use every tool at our disposal to get you the student debt relief you need and reach your dreams.
He directed the Department of Education to start working on another loan forgiveness method using the Higher Education Act. That will likely take months and also face challenges in court.
We're going to put the best legal argument forward to provide relief for borrowers.
All right, borrowers, listen up. NerdWallet says there are several repayment plan options for those in debt. First, a standard 10-year plan, an income-driven repayment, a graduated plan which lowers monthly payments and then increases every 10 years, an extended repayment which follows the same process but lasts 25 years. And refinancing loans could offer lower monthly rates, but that often means more time to pay them off.
Stop wishing, because forgiveness is not coming, and just find out how you can look at your monthly excess cash flow or monthly cash flow and see how you're going to pay this stuff, because it's going to be due come October. If you're in a federal loan, you need to go and see, have you consolidated your loans through the Consolidation Direct Lending Program, and then also look at the various repayment plans.
And if you are a public service or government worker, the Federal Public Service Forgiveness Plan can help erase debt after a decade of work in your sector. All right, we are now 1 year out from the peak inflation rate of 9.1%. That was last June. But inflation, even at now lower levels, is still hurting your buying power. Right now, experts say younger people and those without a formal education are feeling their wallets empty faster than anyone. And while the annual inflation rate has almost been cut in half, things are not going back to the way it used to be.
It doesn't mean that the prices are going to come down. They're just now at a new higher level, which is what happens with inflation. And it does hurt a lot of people, and especially a lot of individuals that do live day to day and paycheck to paycheck. That really attacks their buying power.
That expert says the best way to keep your bills from getting you down is to consistently pay off your credit cards. Finding ways to invest your money will also keep your savings up to speed with the market.
All right, your time now, 8:11, and it is a DMV first warn day because some of the storms that we could see today could possibly turn severe. Now, heading into the next 5 hours, this is what it's going to feel like when you are heading out the door. 75 by that 9 o'clock hour, upper 70s as you head into the 10, and then we finally get into the lower 80s by 11. By 1 o'clock, we are talking about the upper 80s. So definitely keep it here. We'll talk about the timing of the storms coming up.